we got another SEC clash, a fun one. Bama and Georgia. Go Dogs. This opened -3 in favor of Georgia, largely still hovering at that number. And we're pretty much right on market. We make it that 3 number, so we're not showing any value in this game in this weekend here. So an interesting little bit though, Steve. Kirby, although 3-0 still, but he hasn't covered yet this season. Kirby is not chopping wood like he used to, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, he did. He didn't cover against Tennessee. Wasn't Tennessee -3.5?
Yeah, they lost by 3.
Or
no, Georgia was -3.
Okay.
Yeah. So 0-3 in the cover for Kirby so far. So they're winning, but they ain't chopping wood like they used to. So yeah, I guess Steve, my point there was going to be Georgia's still a very good defense. I don't know if Tennessee exposed something or if that was more of a fluke game situation. Because Bama's a pass first offense. Right. Yes. They are our number 6 passing team in efficiency and number 113th in run rate over expected. So that means, AKA schematically, they just philosophically want to pass the ball and do pass the ball. And so again, Georgia's now kind of like a bad pass defense because of that Tennessee game, effectively 99th against the pass now from our data. So again, is that something that Alabama just looks to exploit, or will Kirby and them figure out to chop wood again?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be interesting here. I mean, first and foremost, Georgia should have lost that game. Tennessee got a chance to win it on a field goal at the end of it, and they had a false start, backed them up 5 yards, and the kicker missed it. I mean, you hate to see it, but obviously that's college kickers, right? But one thing I do want to call out, we talk about this whole, this transition from Carson Beck to Gunnar Stockton, and what is he going to do here? I mean, Gunnar had a pretty good game, all things considered, in Tennessee. Where he struggles, which is, what we're going to say over and over again, is having that clean pocket versus the pressure. When he's pressured, he drops down to 104th in terms of passing efficiency. And so this is, to me, to your point, Kev, can Alabama actually get pressure? I mean, obviously we think of Alabama as like this, mean defensive machine, right? And that's kind of, all the years under Nick Saban, but their pass rush, it's really driven by their secondary, not their actual defensive line. They're getting pressure because their secondary can cover so well, but their D line isn't actually getting any what we call quick pressures. They only had 8 all year. That's tied for worst in the Power 4. And so if Georgia's O-line can hold up, and that is a big question, I'm not taking that for granted, I think you can see another clean and probably even better game for Gunnar Stockton. Now, obviously, we saw this game last year where Alabama went up, was like 28-0, and then Georgia came all the way back, and then Alabama had that crazy last-minute touchdown with Ryan Williams there. So this is one of the ones where, I don't think Ty Simpson, obviously, is not Jalen Milroe. It's a completely different style of game here. And so I get they've gone on. I get they've won games after the whole Florida State debacle. But to me, this Georgia team, I think, still has them figured out. So I'll be curious to see how this thing turns out.
I got a different angle here.
Ooh, let's do it.
There's a lot of things happening all at one time, but Kevin, I'm honing in on the same thing you're talking about. Alabama, 6th best passing offense in our database. Georgia, 99th against the pass. And we saw Tennessee have a shit ton of success. They kind of went away from it later in the game, which was interesting. They're very susceptible. And when we look at echo rate over expected, Alabama's number 15th on offensive echo rate over expected. So they're getting a lot of drives to the 40 or better. And then when we're talking about points per echo on defense, Georgia's 99th in points per echo as well. So they're allowing teams to finish drives. We have some breaking news in college football with Mateer, broken arm, out for 3 games. That effectively means to me, he's out of the Heisman race. This is the beginning of a Heisman run that Ty Simpson can really go on. And I think right now is going to be the best time to buy them if you believe that thesis. Plus 2,200 in the market. But you can't tell me they go into Sanford Stadium in Georgia. Ty Simpson has a lot of success, which we think he might have if we go off the Tennessee game numbers for Georgia. That's going to be a huge resume builder for him. And really right now, Mateer was kind of the runaway. Maybe Beck is in second, but the market doesn't know what to do with this probability that Mateer, in my mind, is forfeiting. So Ty Simpson, Heisman, I think people should be looking at it. If you think Alabama is going to easily cover this game, I think you should be placing some tickets for Ty Simpson to win the Heisman.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, we're leaning Georgia, right? I mean, our numbers make it -3 here, but
Well, that's a coin flip.
that's what,
I
yeah.
mean,
I was just gonna say, like, that doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things. Like that, that's a one possession game, right? But I wanted to double check too, because yeah, how much did that Tennessee game really throw Georgia's data out of whack? So going into that game against Tennessee, they were still the 43rd ranked pass defense in our database. So not terrible, but like they dropped 50 spots in our ranking, so to speak, because of that game. Like, so how many, like, what does that do? You know, is there some self-correction here? Like, do you believe inherently that Tennessee's pass offense is just as good or comparable to Alabama's? I don't know about that personally, but
Yeah, and I don't remember what Tennessee is in our database. But
yeah, I
obviously,
didn't check that.
I mean, obviously, it's going to be correlated here with the outcome of Tennessee, you know, this Georgia game.
Right. So yeah, I'm the only thing I'm pissed about this weekend. It's a phenomenal weekend of ball. This Oregon and Penn State and the Alabama and Georgia game are on the same time. Just absolute travesty.
Well, it's like you got to get some more TVs.
Just absolute travesty.
Tennessee is the number 15th pass EPA offense.
Yeah, so there you go. So very comparable to Bama. So
comparable, but Bama's even better.
Yeah, no, fair point. Fair point.
Ty Simpson. I don't know. I think we look back and we realize.
Do you see what number you could get?
Plus 2,200.
You said okay.
Yeah, and I think we're going to look back and say Florida State was actually really good. A team on the blue chip ratio, 3 years of 4- and 5-star recruits. They just got screwed by the portal. They got screwed by Uyunglele. Like, join the club. Everybody did. You know what I mean? So, I think that this Florida State team is actually really, really good. And we look back, and that's actually maybe a signature loss that they get to look at.
Yeah.
So
fair.
Ty Simpson, I haven't made up my mind here, but this is a really unique situation where you have the favorite, in my mind, coughing up all of his probability. I do not think you can win the Heisman if you miss 3 games. I don't think that that's possible. At least that's my opinion.
Yep.
So where's this going to go? And you can't tell me that Ty Simpson doesn't have the schedule to win people over. And this is the beginning of that. He goes in Stanford and does work. That's the beginning.
I'm just waiting for the commercial. If you or a loved one has been personally affected by DJ Uyunglele, you might be entitled to cash. Call now.
You might be. You honestly might be. Clemson fans, I would still be crying.